Welcome, spicy lady. Here's a hard truth only strong women understand. Sometimes, walking away is the only way to protect your peace. Spicy lady sigmas know this deep in their soul. Walking away from family is never heartlessness. It's never a lack of love. It's pure, unfiltered self-preservation and emotional clarity. She understands a lesson most people never learn. True love doesn't require constant proximity, forced closeness, or endless involvement. Sometimes the healthiest way to care for someone, and yourself, is to love from a safe distance. It creates space for growth, free from the toxic entanglement that comes with obligatory family bonds. Stepping away from blood family is not weakness, and it's not rebellion. It's courage. It's radical self-respect that it's excruciatingly hard to pull away from the people who raised you, the people who share your DNA. But spicy lady sigmas see the truth others miss entirely. Family is not just blood. Family is mutual respect, trust, and genuine connection. When those core essentials disappear, when family becomes a source of harm instead of healing, pain instead of peace, walking away isn't selfish. It's the only sane, healthy choice left. This isn't coldness. This is survival. This is guarding your energy, your mental health, and your future from broken cycles that would hold you back forever. That if you're a spicy lady sigma stuck questioning whether to stay loyal or save yourself, hear this clearly. Your worth is never tied to anyone's approval, even family. You deserve peace, even if you have to find it alone. Stick around, because we're breaking down exactly why spicy lady sigmas make this bold, life-changing decision, and why walking away is often the greatest choice they'll ever make. Number 1. She refuses to live chained by fake family obligation society drills into our heads from childhood. Family is everything. You owe them blind loyalty. You owe them endless sacrifice. You owe them obedience just because you share the same last name, but spicy lady sigmas don't blindly follow broken rules. They question everything. Why does blood automatically equal obligation? Why should family ties dictate your entire life's trajectory? To her, forced family duty never feels like love. It feels like chains. Invisible, heavy, unescapable contracts she never signed. Be the dutiful daughter. Put family above yourself. Sacrifice your dreams for the household. These suffocating expectations clash violently with her core needs: independence, authenticity, and freedom to choose her own path. While others abandon their truth to satisfy family demands, she refuses. She cares deeply, but she will never compromise her core identity for the sake of duty. She knows the difference clearly. Obligation without mutual respect is not love. It's control. When she walks away from toxic family obligations, it's not selfishness. It's sanity. Real relationships are built on choice, not coercion. Real connection is freely given, not forced by guilt or tradition that she'll endure judgment, gossip, and guilt trips from people who'll never understand her choice. But she stands firm. No matter how pretty you dress them up, chains are still chains, and she will never live shackled to someone else's expectations. Number 2. She's completely immune to family emotional extortion. Emotional extortion is the go-to weapon in toxic family dynamics. Guilt trips, manufactured sorrows, calculated reminders of all we've done for you, all disguised as love, all designed to control. Most people crumble under this pressure. Spicy lady sigma sees straight through every manipulation. She doesn't buy the toxic lie that family love comes with strings, repayments, and sacrifices. When family members try to trap her with guilt, "You owe us. We sacrifice so much for you," it never sticks. She is emotionally independent. She refuses to let other people's feelings, insecurities, or demands dictate her life choices. She recognizes guilt for what it truly is, a weapon used to bend strong people into submission. So-called concern, fake care, and overbearing family devotion are often just tools to lock her in an endless cycle of obligation. To her, real love never demands repayment. Real love never forces you to sacrifice your happiness to soothe someone else's inner turmoil. Her choice to walk away isn't defiance. It's self-preservation. She knows staying in emotionally extortionate dynamics will slowly strip her of her autonomy, her confidence, and her peace. She doesn't walk away lightly, but she will walk away every single time. She believes in love, but never at the cost of her freedom. If cutting ties is what it takes to keep her dignity intact, she'll do it without hesitation. Number 3. Hollow family legacies mean nothing to her. Most people chase pride in family names, generational traditions, and inherited legacies, no matter how broken those legacies are. Spicy Lady Sigmas see through this empty pride entirely. She asks the question no one else dares to ask. What's the point of upholding a legacy that destroys my autonomy, dims my light, and demands my obedience? She never views herself as an extension of her family. She is a self-made, unique individual with her own values, dreams, and purpose that if her family's legacy requires blind loyalty, unquestioning obedience, and the sacrifice of her personal truth, she will walk away from it without a second thought. To her, respect, honesty, and authenticity are the only true foundations of a worthy legacy. A surname, outdated rituals, or empty family honor means absolutely nothing if it dismisses her voice, ignores her boundaries, and crushes her individuality. She doesn't reject all tradition. She rejects blind, mindless conformity. If a family legacy aligns with her principles, she honors it proudly. If it's rooted in control, shame, and suppression, she abandons it entirely, that she'd rather build her own powerful legacy from scratch than inherit one that chains her down. Her ultimate loyalty is to herself, not a story she never chose to be part of. Number 4. She cuts off emotional vampires that drain her soul. Spicy Lady Sigma guards her peace and energy like priceless gold. Her emotional space is her sanctuary, and she never lets just anyone access it. That's why she has zero tolerance for family emotional vampires. The relatives addicted to constant drama, endless complaining, perpetual victimhood, and chaotic negativity. These people feed on draining others to fuel their own inner emptiness, and they will slowly consume your joy if you let them. Sigma females are natural empaths, but they are never pushovers. She instantly senses when someone is taking far more than they give, when a relationship only leaves her exhausted, used, and manipulated, that it doesn't matter if it's a parent, sibling, or extended family. If they repeatedly drain her soul, she will remove them from her life permanently. She refuses to enable toxic patterns just to keep the peace. She won't stay stuck fixing people who refuse to fix themselves. Cutting off emotional vampires isn't cruelty, it's mandatory self-care. She knows allowing negativity to linger in her life kills her growth, stifles her happiness, and clouds her clarity. That be why creating firm distance. She protects her most precious asset, her peace of mind. Her energy is valuable, and she will never waste it on people who don't deserve or respect it. Number 5. She refuses to carry generational family baggage. Every toxic family carries unhealed wounds, unresolved conflict, buried grudges, and generational trauma, passed down like broken heirlooms from one generation to the next. Most people blindly carry this inherited pain, suffering in silence to keep the family peace. Spicy Lady Sigmas refuse to play that game. She knows clearly she did not create these generational problems, and she is not responsible for fixing them. She will never be the family's emotional dumping ground, the permanent peacemaker, or the endless caretaker of everyone else's unresolved pain. She sees the pattern for what it is, an unfair, suffocating expectation that demands strong family members absorb all the tension and brokenness for everyone else. Carrying generational baggage doesn't heal the past. It only destroys the present. She refuses to let old family wounds weigh down her future. Her ability to detach guilt-free is what makes her rare and powerful. She consciously breaks toxic cycles, even if it means stepping away from familiar family dynamics. She rejects the forced roles of fixer, mediator, and emotional anchor. Instead of healing everyone else, she focuses on healing herself. This is not indifference. This is liberation. Walking away from inherited generational pain lets her forge a free, unburdened future no one in her family ever got to live. Number 6. She cuts the cord when support comes with strings. To a Spicy Lady Sigma, true support is a gift, never a transaction. The second help, kindness, or assistance comes with hidden strings, control, guilt, obligation, or future repayment demands. She walks away instantly. Family members often misuse favors to gain power over others. They offer financial help, emotional comfort, or advice with the unspoken expectation that you will obey, conform, and bend to their will. She sees every hidden catch. She recognizes manipulative generosity immediately. She would rather struggle entirely alone than sacrifice her autonomy for temporary help. No amount of assistance is worth losing her freedom, her boundaries, or her self-respect. In her world, unconditional support uplifts and empowers you to grow independently. Conditional support is just another form of emotional captivity. She accepts genuine kindness freely with gratitude. But the moment she senses manipulation, hidden agendas, or indebtedness, she cuts the cord cleanly. Struggling on her own is infinitely more empowering than being tethered to someone else's expectations. Her independence is always worth the fight. Number 7, she embraces being the family outcast most people fear, being the black sheep. They fear judgment, exclusion, and family disapproval so much that they abandon their true selves to fit in. Spicy Lady Sigmas see it differently. Being the outcast is not a punishment, it's a badge of honor. She doesn't need family validation or societal approval to feel worthy. Solitude is not loneliness for her. It's her safe space, her refuge, where she can think clearly and live authentically without external noise. She refuses to mold herself to fit the family's narrow, outdated mold. She'd rather stand alone in her truth than surround herself with people who don't respect, understand, or accept her real self. Family often pushes rigid conformity, demanding you think, act, and live a certain way to belong. But she knows, if belonging means sacrificing her identity, the price is far too high that she's unafraid of standing apart. She's proud to walk the rare, courageous path others are too scared to take. Being different isn't a flaw. It's proof of her unshakable strength and individuality. She finds true freedom in embracing her uniqueness, even when it makes her the outsider. Number 8. Walking away is her ultimate act of self-preservation. Let's get one thing straight. When a spicy Lady Sigma walks away from family, it is never abandonment. It is calculated, loving self-preservation. She understands toxic family environments slowly erode every part of you. Your mental clarity, your emotional peace, your self-worth, and your core identity. Harm doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, draining you day by day until you no longer recognize yourself. Family is supposed to be your safe haven, but for many Sigma women, family is the source of constant manipulation, negativity, and disrespect. She walks away not to run from her family, but to escape harm. She sets firm boundaries because her well-being matters more than keeping broken family dynamics intact. She knows she can only thrive, grow, and become her best self when her peace is protected. Staying in toxicity kills her potential. Stepping away revives it. This is not weakness. This is radical self-love. She chooses her health, her happiness, and her future over obligatory, unfulfilling family ties. Number 9. She refuses to be controlled by family guilt. Guilt is the family's favorite control tool. Guilt for not conforming. Guilt for not obeying. Guilt for choosing herself over the family narrative. But for spicy Lady Sigmas, guilt holds zero power. She sees guilt tripping for exactly what it is. An emotional game designed to manipulate her into taking responsibility for other people's feelings, failures, and expectations. She refuses to participate. Her choices are her own, and she will not let anyone act as her emotional enforcer. When family tries to trap her in guilt cycles, she simply walks away and leaves the emotional baggage behind. While others are torn apart by family obligation and guilt, she stays grounded. She knows how to separate love from control, care from manipulation, and duty from coercion. She lives freely, unapologetically, and unchained. No amount of family guilt can ever lock her down again. Number 10. She outgrows outdated family expectations. Spicy Lady Sigmas are constantly evolving, growing, leveling up, and redefining themselves every single day. Families, however, get stuck in the past. They cling to an old version of you that no longer exists. They hold onto outdated roles, old expectations, and old limitations that you've already outgrown. This mismatch feels suffocating. It's like being trapped in a tiny box that was never built for your growth. When she walks away from family expectations, it's not resentment, it's evolution. Family often resists your growth. They try to pull you back into old patterns, old roles, and old versions of yourself to keep things comfortable and familiar for them. But she refuses to shrink back. She refuses to dim her light to fit outdated family standards. Walking away is her declaration of independence. She embraces her growth, her transformation, and her full potential without fear of judgment. If her family can't grow with her, she will keep moving forward alone. She knows her true tribe isn't bound by blood. It's bound by people who support her highest self. Number 11. She refuses to participate in toxic family drama. Sigma females have zero tolerance for unnecessary family drama. Drama is an emotional black hole. It drains your energy, clouds your judgment, and distracts you from your purpose. It preys on people who crave conflict, chaos, and attention. She's highly attuned to negative energy, and the second she senses brewing conflict, petty squabbles, and manufactured chaos, she detaches completely. She knows engaging with drama only weakens her mental peace and clarity. She refuses to fuel pointless fights or participate in toxic family narratives. While everyone else is tangled in emotional chaos, she chooses calm. She chooses distance. She chooses peace. This is not apathy, this is wisdom. She understands drama only survives when you give it attention. By refusing to engage, she starves chaos of its power. She protects her mental sanctuary fiercely, refusing to let other people's emotional storms disrupt her inner calm. Final conclusion, spicy lady sigmas never walk away from family lightly. This is never about abandoning love, forgetting your roots, or being cold-hearted. It's about choosing authenticity, peace, and growth over blind conformity and broken obligation. She knows the truth the rest of the world ignores. Family is not defined by blood. It's defined by mutual respect, honest connection, positive energy, and emotional safety. When those core elements disappear, walking away is not just brave, it's necessary. She walks away to protect her peace, preserve her identity, and step fully into her personal power. She refuses to live for the approval of others or uphold dynamics that hold her back. She knows she is her own foundation. No family, no bloodline, no tradition can ever define her worth or her future. Every spicy lady sigma watching this, never feel guilty for walking away from what no longer serves your journey. Protect your peace. Trust your growth. Honor your truth. The right people will find you when you choose yourself first. When walking away feels like your only option, remember, it's not weakness. It's your greatest strength. Embrace your freedom. Own your story. You are the author of your life, and your best chapters are still ahead. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now, and God bless.